Welcome back to the channel. It's Formula Park One. We showcase amateur athletes and amateur news every day. If you're a player or coach would like an interview, DM me for a collaboration. And if you're loving this content, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to donate if you want to donate to the channel, hit that QR code and you can leave a donation. Now let's talk about the Final Four on the women's basketball side. The first matchup we got is UConn versus South Carolina, and UConn is favored to defeat South Carolina with a 5 to 7 point favorite on the spread. And UConn is coached by Gino Amaretta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correct. He's been a coach at UConn since 1985 to the present. He has won 12 NCAA championships, 25 NCAA division titles, and 24 Big East titles. Starting for UConn is Sarah Strong, who's a 6'2" forward. She plays 27.2 minutes per game and is averaging 18.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 3.4 steals, 1.6 blocks, 1.9 turnovers. She got to hold on to the ball more than that. And has a field goal percentage of 59.4, a 3-point percentage of 40.4, a free throw percentage of 84.8. And she has a partner in crime who also is good on the offensive side, AZ Fudd, a 5'11 guard who plays 28.4 minutes per contest, averaging 17.5 points, 2.6 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 2.6 steals, zero point 0.5 blocks, 1.5 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 48.9, a 3-point percentage of 45.5, and a free throw percentage of 95.5. And Blanco Quinez, a 6'2 forward who plays 20.2 minutes, averaging 10.9 points, 3.2 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 2.1 steals, zero point 0.5 blocks, and averaging 2 turnovers per game, has a field goal percentage of 54.1, a 3-point percentage of 39.8, a free throw percentage of 73.8. And Ashlyn Shade, a 5'10 guard who plays 26.7 minutes per game, 7.6 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.8 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, 1.4 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 40.2, a 3-point percentage of 32.4, a free throw percentage of 73.7. And Ali Zabel, who's a 6 feet guard, 18.4 minutes per game, minutes per contest, 7.4 points, 1.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1 steal, zero point 0.3 blocks, zero point 0.5 turnover, has a field goal percentage of 50%, a 3-point percentage of 41.1, and a free throw percentage of 78.8. Now let's talk about the bench players for the UConn Huskies. First player we're going to talk about is KK Arnold, a junior guard who's played 24.3 minutes per game, 7.1 points, 2.2 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 2.7 steals, blocks zero point 0.1, and 1.2 turnovers. Has a field goal percentage of 54.8, a 3-point percentage of 33.3, and a free throw percentage of 69.6. And Kayla Hecko, a 5'9 guard who's playing about 18.9 minutes per game, is averaging 6.7 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.1 blocks, 1.1 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 55%, a three-point percentage of 37%, and a free throw percentage of 68.9. And Sarah Williams, she's a 6'4 forward who plays 17.5 minutes per game, averaging 6.8 points, 4.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 0.7 steals, 1.4 blocks, 1.6 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 58.3 and a free throw percentage of 69%. And Jana Alves, a 6'5 center, is playing 11.6 minutes per game, 4.1 points, 4.3 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.2 steals, 0.4 blocks, and 0.7 turnovers. Has a field goal percentage of 62.8, a free throw percentage of 57.5. And Keely's Fisher, a 5'9 guard, is averaging 5.7 minutes per game, averaging 2.7 points, 0.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.3 steals, and 0.5 turnovers. Has a field goal percentage of 43.4 and a free throw percentage of 71.4. Now let's check out the road to the Final Four that UConn has taken. The first game they played was UConn versus UTCSA, and UConn won in blowout fashion as usual, 90-52 behind Sarah Strong, who had a strong performance. She had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals, 1 block, and 4 turnovers. Had a field goal percentage of 54.4, a free throw percentage of 57.1, and a three-point percentage of 28.6. Then the next matchup they faced UConn versus Syracuse, and they won that out in blowout fashion too. They beat Syracuse 98-45 behind Azzi Fudd, their sharpshooter. In 28 minutes, she scored 34 points, grabbed 3 rebounds, dished 5 assists, had 4 steals and 1 turnover, had a field goal percentage of 72.2 and a three-point percentage of 72.7. The next matchup it was UConn versus UNC, and UConn won 63-42 behind Sarah Strong, who played 38 minutes, scored 21 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, dished off 2 assists, had 5 steals, 2 blocks, and she's got to do better with the ball because she had it over 3 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 52.9 and a free throw percentage of 75%. In the last game UConn played, they beat Notre Dame in a convincing way, 70-52, behind Sarah Strong again, who played 39 minutes, scored 21 points, had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals, 3 blocks, had a field goal percentage of 48.2, a free throw percentage of 87.5, and a three-point percentage of 40%. Now let's talk about the team that I think might win it all is the South Carolina Gamecocks. And they're coached by Dawn Staley, who has a coaching record of 682 wins and 193 losses. She has won 3 national championships in 2017, 2022, and 2024. She has led South Carolina to 6 consecutive Final Fours, and she has coached South Carolina from 2008 to the present, amassing 510 wins and 110 losses in 17 seasons. And she coached at Temple from 2000 to 2008 with 172 wins and 80 losses. Now let's talk about South Carolina starting five. The first player is Joyce Edwards, a silky 6'3" forward who plays 30 minutes per contest, averaging 19.7 points, 6.7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.8 steals, and 1.1 blocks. And she's very turnover prone because she has a 2.7 turnover ratio. Her field goal, she's averaging 58.2. A 3-pointer, she's averaging 20%, and a free throw, she's averaging 71.3. The next player for South Carolina is Tiana Lotson, a streaky 5'8" guard who plays 28 minutes per contest, averaging 14.4 points, 2.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.7 steals, and 0.3 blocks. Has a field goal percentage of 49.6, a 3-point percentage of 32.9, and a free throw percentage of 78.5. And Medina Ocott, a senior, 6'6", and she plays 23.6 minutes per game, is averaging 13.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.3 steals, 1.5 blocks, and the turnover ratio is 2.2. She has a free throw percentage of 58.4, a 3-point percentage of 48.1, and a free throw percentage of 70.4. And here comes the sniper, Tessa Johnson, and she always is good to shoot it from long range. She's 6 feet. She's a 6 feet guard. She plays 27.8 minutes per contest, averaging 12.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 0.7 steals, and 0.3 blocks. She also has to hold the ball a little bit better with a turnover ratio of 1.3. Her field goal percentage is 47. Her 3-point percentage is 45.9. Her free throw percentage is 81.3. And Raven Johnson, a defensive stopper. She's a 5'9" guard, and she's averaging 28.7 minutes per contest. And her season averages 10.2 points, 4 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.6 blocks, and she has a turnover ratio of 1.5. She's from the field, she's 50%. From 3-point line is 41.4, and from the free throw line is 83.3. And I got McCare. She's a freshman guard, and she brings a lot of energy to the lineup. She's playing 18.9 minutes per game. She's averaging 7 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.7 blocks, and has a turnover ratio of 1.2. Has a field goal percentage of 45.6, a 3-point percentage of 21.9, and a free throw percentage of 65.2. And Maddie Daniels, a 5'9" guard who plays 20 minutes per contest, is averaging 4.5 points, 1.6 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.1 blocks, zero point 0.5 turnover ratio, and a field goal percentage is 37%. Her 3-point percentage is 35.5. Her free throw percentage is 72.3. And Aaliyah McDowell, a freshman guard, and she's 6'1". She's contributed to 14.2 minutes per game. She's averaging 4.2 points, 1.4 rebounds, 0.2 assists, 0.6 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, and has a turnover ratio of 0.6, has a field goal percentage of 40.5, a three-point percentage of 36.3, a free throw percentage of 74.1. And to round out the roster for South Carolina is Alicia Tomrich, a 6'7" freshman forward who's averaging 12.4 minutes per contest, 4.2 points, 3.3 rebounds, zero point 0.4 assists, zero point 0.3 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks, and has a turnover ratio of zero point 0.7, has a field goal percentage of 43.4, a three-point percentage of 26.7, and a free throw percentage of 52.9. Now let's talk about the road to the Final Four for the South Carolina Gamecocks. The South Carolina Gamecocks played Southern in their first matchup, and they won 103-34 behind Joyce Edwards, who played 28 minutes, scored 27 points, had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, had a field goal percentage of 78.6, and a free throw percentage of 83.3. The next matchup, South Carolina faced USC, and that was a blowout victory. South Carolina won 101-61 behind Joyce Edwards, who played 27 minutes, scored a double-double, had 23 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 1 block, had a field goal percentage of 65.7 and a free throw percentage of 70%. The next game we got was South Carolina versus, and then South Carolina won 94-66, and Edwards did good on that game too. Played 30 minutes, scored 28 points, had 1 rebound, 5 assists, had a field goal percentage of 63.5, a three-point percentage of 100%, and a free throw percentage of 100%. In the last game South Carolina faced, they faced TCU 78-52. And Edwards had a phenomenal game, playing 33 minutes, scoring 24 points, grabbing 12 rebounds, a double-double, had 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, had a field goal percentage of 50%, and a free throw percentage of 100%. Now let's talk about the Texas versus UCLA matchup. And Texas is favored by 1.5 points. And Texas head coach is Vic Schaefer. He's been a head coach of Texas since 2000. And he's the only coach in NCAA women's basketball history to reach multiple Final Fours with Mississippi State and Texas. And he's also the reigning SEC Coach of the Year. Vic Schaefer has a 480 wins and 211 losses and has a winning percentage of 695. Now let's talk about Texas starting five. And a player that I like to watch is Madison Brook, a junior forward who plays 32.3 minutes per game, averaging 19.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2.2 steals, 0.7 blocks, and is turnover prone with 2.2. But she's a great shooter. She has a field goal percentage of 52.3, a three-point percentage of 29.9, a free throw percentage of 84.9. And they have a player that's never shy of taking a shot, Jordan Lee, the sophomore guard, who plays 31.9 minutes per game, is averaging 13.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals, zero point 0.5 blocks, and 1.4 turnovers. She has a field goal percentage of 42.4, a three-point percentage of 34.5, and a free throw percentage of 75%. And Kyla O'Care, a solid post presence. She's a 6'6" center, and she plays 21 minutes per game. She's averaging 10.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, zero point 0.7 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.2 blocks, 1.3 turnover ratio, has a field goal percentage of 62.3 and a free throw percentage of 66.9. And Justice Carlton, a sophomore forward, and she plays 19.4 minutes. It has a season average of 8.5 points, 4.0 rebounds, 0.9 assists, steals 1.1, blocks 0.6, turnover ratio 1.2, has a field goal percentage of 52.9, a 3-point percentage of 47.4, and a free throw percentage of 73.1. And to round out Texas starting five is Rory Harmon, a senior guard who's averaging 29.4 minutes per game, and she leads the offense. And she's averaging 8.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 2.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, 1.7 turnover ratio, has a field goal percentage of 45.6, a 3-point percentage of 46.4, and a free throw percentage of 71%. The next player we need to watch out is for Aaliyah Crump, a freshman guard who plays 17 minutes, averaging 8.8 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.2 blocks, 1 turnover, has a field goal percentage of 40.9, a 3-point percentage of 31.4, and a free throw percentage of 77.8. And Bro Cunningham, a junior forward who plays 19 minutes per contest, averaging 7.9 points, 5.6 rebounds, 0.3 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.9 blocks. She holds on the ball pretty good. She has a turnover ratio of 1, has a field goal percentage of 59.4, and a free throw percentage of 50.9. The next player we're going to talk about is Brianna Preston, a sophomore guard who's playing 14.7 minutes per game, averaging 5.1 points, 1.2 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.1 blocks, has a field goal percentage of 54.4, a 3-point percentage of 44.4, and a free throw percentage of 57.1. And Tia Sidbury, a senior forward, averaging 14.7 minutes per contest, averaging 5 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, 0.7 turnovers, has a field goal percentage of 56.3, a 3-point percentage of 40%, and a free throw percentage of 76.9. And Ashton Judd is a senior guard who plays 13 minutes, averaging 4.4 points, 2.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.4 steals, 0.2 blocks, has a turnover ratio of 1.2, has a field goal percentage of 41.7, a 3-point percentage of 23.1, and a free throw percentage of 79.3. Now let's see the road to the Final Four that Texas took. Their first game, Texas played Missouri State 87-45, and then it was a blowout behind Jordan Lee, who played 27 minutes, scored 19 points, grabbed 2 rebounds, dished off 2 assists, had a field goal percentage of 53.3 and a free throw percentage of 100%. The next game was Texas versus Oregon, and Texas won 100-58, and Madison Booker added on to the onslaught. She played 35 minutes, scored 40 points, 8 rebounds, dished off 5 assists, has 2 steals, has a field goal percentage of 66.7, a free throw percentage of 90.9, and a 3-point percentage of 66.7. The next game, Texas beat Kentucky 76-54 behind Jordan Lee, who played 37 minutes, scored 18 points, grabbed 2 rebounds, dished off 3 assists, had 3 steals, had a field goal percentage of 61%, a 3-point percentage of 33.3, and a 3-point percentage of 33.3. The last matchup Texas had was against Michigan, and it was a dominating victory as Texas won 77-41 behind Madison Booker, who played 29 minutes, scored 19 points, had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, had a field goal percentage of 61.5, and a free throw percentage of 100%. Now let's talk about the sleeper team, and that's UCLA, and they're coached by Corey Close. She's been a coach for the Lady Bruins since 2011, and she is highly regarded as one of the top recruiters and coaches in NCAA women's basketball. Now let's talk about the starting five for the UCLA Bruins. The first player is Lauren Best, a 6'7" center who plays 27.5 minutes, averaging 17.2 points, 8.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.1 steals, 2 blocks, averaging 2.3 turnover ratio, has a field goal percentage of 57.9 and a free throw percentage of 67.5. And then her partner in crime is Kiki Rice, a senior, a 5'11" guard that loves to score, and she's averaging 30.7 minutes per game. Season averages 15.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 1.5 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks, has a turnover ratio of 1.6, has a field goal percentage of 49.2, a 3-point percentage of 37.5, and from the free throw line, she has a percentage of 90.3. The next player is Gabriela Jacquez, a 6 feet senior guard who provides leadership, who's played 30 minutes per contest, averaging 13.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.2 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, and a turnover ratio of 1.8, and has a field goal percentage of 54.2, a 3-point percentage of 39.3, and a free throw percentage of 85.2. The next player is Gianna Kippings, a senior guard who provides leadership also. She plays 28.2 minutes per game, averaging 12.8 points, 3.1 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.2 blocks, and has a turnover ratio of 1.1, has a field goal percentage of 50.4, a 3-point percentage of 42.9, and a free throw percentage of 90%. And the next player is Aurelia Dojack, a senior forward who plays 23.6 minutes, averaging 9.1 points, 5.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks. Turnover ratio is 1.8, has a field goal percentage of 50.8, a 3-point percentage of 32.6, and a free throw percentage of 76%. And Carly Ledger Walker, averaging 28.1 minutes per contest. She's averaging 8.6 points, 4 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.3 blocks, and has a turnover ratio of 2.1, has a field goal percentage of 46.8, a three-point percentage of 35.9, and a free throw percentage of 84.1. Next player is Sienna Best, a freshman forward who plays 14.7 minutes per game, averaging 6.5 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.1 assists, zero point 0.5 steals, 0.5 blocks, has a turnover ratio of 1.2, has a field goal percentage of 53.3, a three-point percentage of 10%, and a free throw percentage of 51.2. The next player is Lelena Bullock, a freshman guard, averaging 12.6 minutes per game, season average 3.2 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.4 steals, 0.3 blocks, 0.2 turnover ratio, has a field goal percentage of 35.8, a three-point percentage of 27.8, and a free throw percentage of 100%. The next player we're going to talk about is Ada Muse, a sophomore forward who plays 9.5 minutes per game. It's averaging 1.3 points, 1.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.2 steals, 0.3 blocks, and 0.5 turnover ratio. Has a field goal percentage of 56.7, a free throw percentage of 50%. Now let's talk about the road to the Final Four for UCLA. UCLA played California Baptist, and boy was it a defeat. UCLA won 96 to 43 behind Lauren Betts, who scored 22 points, went 9 for 15 from the field, 4 from 5 from the free throw line, grabbing 10 rebounds, dishing off 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, had a field goal percentage of 60%, and a free throw percentage of 80%. Great performance. Next game is UCLA versus Oklahoma. And UCLA won 87 to 68 behind Lauren Betts, who played 34 minutes, scored 35 points, had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, had a field goal percentage of 78.9, and a free throw percentage of 71.4. The next matchup was UCLA versus Minnesota, and UCLA won 80 to 56. In this game, Kiki Rice was a great performer. In 35 minutes, she scored 21 points, grabbed 1 rebound, had 3 assists, 3 steals, had a field goal percentage of 58.3, and a free throw percentage of 100%. The last game was UCLA versus Duke, and UCLA won 70 to 58 behind Lauren Betts, who played 31 minutes, scored 23 points, went 9 from 14 from the field, 5 from 6 from the free throw line, grabbing 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 5 blocks. For all your amateur news and your women basketball content, make sure you subscribe to Formula Park 1 on YouTube. Thank you for your support.